Hello, and welcome into the dungeon. Terribly sorry, Discord is having some issues loading the text messages, so we're trying to hotfix a working setup. Please give us a moment. We'll
This
have it
also
ready in a moment.
includes our wonderful art.
Yeah, because we store that in the Discord server. So, our best boy Arceus is fixing it as we speak. With that, we're going to start the game. Following a long day below the surface, the party took a long rest to recover from their wounds, heading in back the next day. The newly uncovered opening in the mural chamber proved to be a challenge for the party when the hallway started to curve to an ever-increasing slope. In the depths, the party found an enshrined silver armor, guarded by a giant hydra, that immediately attacked the trespassers. Quickly slaying the beast and recovering the armor, the party headed back to Tra Gria to meet with their employer. Backpedaling a bit, you arrive at the border of the town where Mervis asks for the closest inn, as it is very late in the evening, and with a few directions you walk a minute or 10 and you arrive at a very lovely crowded inn where a variety of patrons sit when you arrive. The strumming of a lute can be heard, with off-key singing from a set of jolly burly men swinging their tankards around. Mervis heads over to the barman, rents rooms for each of you, and when he gets the keys, he hands them over to you. And he addresses everyone. Well, that was a lovely day. I'll see you in the morning.
I suppose so. And,
Yes.
don't run away, please.
I wouldn't dare.
Okay. Because I would hate to run after someone and have to, give him a kneecapping. Not that you will, I'm just saying, that's usually how it goes.
Would you like to roll intimidate?
No, I'm seriously trying to just give him information of, this is how things go. If you run away, this is going to happen.
Does not mean you're not intimidating, Leon.
Yes.
I mean, I can roll intimidation if you want.
Yeah.
Unintentional intimidation.
I mean, that's fair. How does a 27 fare for you?
This poor man.
This poor man who has been nothing but honest with you from the very start.
I'm being honest as well!
Being honest doesn't mean that you're not mean.
That's just my character.
So, as you say this in a very, not in a friendly manner, but with a very friendly smile, you see him like, oh.
No, listen.
And
I'm not gonna do that to you, okay? Don't worry.
right.
I'm just trying to say is, this is something that I have done.
You're not making it any better.
Well, the best thing I can say right now is that it's not gonna happen to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I like my kneecaps where they are.
Yes,
Leon,
people tend
perhaps
to
it's
do.
time to walk away.
Perhaps, yes. I'm going to buy myself a beer.
And Mervis, very bewildered, turns to Eyre. And there's this look of desperation on his face. And he coughs twice. And would you mind accompanying me for a bit? I need your skill for a moment.
It depends where we're going, but I can imagine that you want to be as far away from Leon as possible.
Well, luckily one of the rooms I got was on the far corner, so yeah. Would you mind following me for a bit?
Are we going outside?
No, upstairs. One of the rooms.
Sure.
I'm going alone.
Fine.
Never go alone.
Bow chicka wow wow.
God damn it. Okay, so you follow him up into one of the rooms.
Yes.
Yes, let me see. Can you make me a perception check?
Uh-oh.
I think I can.
Mervis suddenly changes into a dragon.
Wow. No, you don't notice anything out of the ordinary. You walk up the stairs. You go to the corner room which Mervis mentioned. He opens the door and lets you in, and then closes it. Brenna, in the meantime, because your passive perception is high, you see two figures near the bar where Leon is ordering his beer.
Mm-hmm.
And you see them give Eyre a very suspicious look. And one of them points at her.
Mm-hmm.
And then they look back, take a small moment to pretend nothing has happened, and then stand up and walk up the stairs.
Before this, can I make a perception?
I
Sorry?
also want to basically stand at the bottom of the stairs
Mm-hmm.
with my arms crossed and looking up at him, up at the both of them
Mm-hmm.
as they try to get up to the stairs.
So you're blocking the stairs?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And I look up at them and like, "Hi, my name is Brenna. How are you doing?"
Hi, Miss Brenna.
Have you ever thought about?
Can we help you?
Well, I saw you going up the stairs, and I saw you looking at my friend up there, and I was thinking, maybe, they might be planning something.
On a roll perception.
Go ahead, roll perception.
Okay, cool. It's a 12.
What are you trying to perceive?
I am trying to perceive Brenna confronting two random people in a bar.
You don't need a check for that.
Okay, cool.
Brenna is very loud in her voice.
Yeah.
I wanna run up to Brenna,
Mm-hmm.
nudge her in the side.
Yes.
Not to try to get your attention, to get you to shut up.
It's like the elbow to the side. Like
Hit.
What my very good friend Brenna means to tell you is that you should consider yourselves before you walk up the stairs. They could be slippery. So please, Embrace death before you enter. And I do like the like worried side eye to Brenna, just like.
You get like 2 very baffled looks.
I
They look
just
like
I take my finger and I tap my sigil of Kalimvor. I say like official business.
wait. Let me roll something. One moment.
We care for this sort of thing. We do not wish to see you meet your untimely demise.
Right.
Not because of us, obviously, but because of these dang dangerous stairs.
And one of them is like, "What the fuck is this guy on about?" And the other's like, "Oh, he's like a follower of Kalimvor, the god of, death and judgment, I believe."
Absolutely correct, my dear boy.
So he's just looking out for us.
Yes.
What a nice fellow. We need more of those.
Right. Sorry, I was actually gonna ask, like, have you embraced the fact that you could die any day? Have you
Well-
thought about what you would do with your bodies when you perish?
We're in the business of bounty hunting.
While we collectively ponder this situation, excuse
yes,
me.
like you are delaying these 2.
Excuse me for a moment. She is the priest, after all. and I just scurry backwards, just like, oh shit, oh fuck.
So Brenna, would you give me a deception check with advantage
But
for the
before,
purpose of delaying these people?
before we know that, can I leave?
Sure, but you did help, so she still gets the advantage because
do they not try to stop me in any way?
no, they're
Okay,
just
cool.
they're very confused.
I'm
But
headed
also-
straight to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say? Roll of deception?
Yeah, like a deception with advantage because Zalafye helped you to delay these people. Because you are very much trying to,
Woo!
delay them.
21.
Okay,
You guys have
they're
advantage.
these 2 people are on your lips. They are listening to every word you say.
You see, there's this thing where people often mistake our faith for one that glorifies death, but we're simply trying to prepare people for their eventual demise. We're not trying to make sure that people die. That's ridiculous. Of course, I just keep rambling on and just.
Like they're both invested in this now, so they're firing questions back at you like, "Oh, but what does preparation mean? How would that? Where do I go when I die?" And every single question just goes on, and after a while, there's this dude that just kind of stands to the side of your conversation, like, "Can I go upstairs?" And you're like, "Oh shit, sorry, sir. Yes. Would you mind if we continue this conversation at the table?"
Of course. Why not?
Yes. Zalafye, you were doing.
Leon!
Leon!
Oh, yeah. What?
Look for Leon. And I look for Argius, if he's there.
He's there.
Okay, cool. Argius!
Mhm.
Leon!
Yeah.
Arius stands up from his seat.
I do the best attempt I can do at, like, trying to make sure that nobody really listens in. And I whisper in common, our star is about to be clouded by the night sky.
You see, like, Arceus raise one brow in slight confusion.
The moon is obscured by clouds.
The chicken eggs are purple, and the hen has left the building. There, that's what you're trying to say.
What the fuck?
So you're just talking back to me in thieves' cant, I'm guessing.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm just like, possibly, Eyre might be in danger.
Oh, oh right. And that, like, Argus immediately...
Rena is keeping one of them occupied, but the other one has ascended the stairs towards the room of our employer and Eyre, wherever they went. I don't know. I saw them go up the stairs, and that's about all I saw. It's very difficult to look through a crowd when you're this small.
Argus just immediately breaks into a sprint up the stairs.
Well,
I was gonna say that I got this, but apparently I don't. So how about I just follow him with a beer?
yeah. So
Not this one because
That
didn't.
sounds like a good idea. I am going to go back to Brenna because I don't want that other fellow to shank her to death.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get another beer.
They mentioned something about being mercenaries, bounty hunters.
Oh, good people. Gotcha. I'll go there in a bit.
And I watch them leave, I guess.
yeah.
Right. Okay. And I take a stool at Brenna's table and I sit the fuck down.
Yeah, and like Brenna is talking with these people, and they are just. And
You know, I do that conspicuous religious thing of putting my elbows on the table and like folding my hands. You know, just like
Yeah, like,
But
they are
wait.
very busy with listening to what happens after their death, and they are very, very enthralled.
But there were two people, and the third person.
Yeah, there
that
were
was the
two
third person
people,
that went
and
up,
that's
right?
at some point a dude showed up and was like, "Can I go upstairs?" Just he asked just nicely, and the two people were like, "Oh shit, we're in the way. Sorry. How about we go sit over there so we don't bother other people?"
the bounty hunters are downstairs with us.
Yeah, and the dude
Right.
is just gone upstairs.
Oh no,
Argus
this is going terribly wrong.
Yeah,
Oh no.
no. So,
Oh, no.
Argus, you sprint upstairs.
Oh no.
The guy is heading down the right hallway. You have no idea where Mervis or Eyre are.
Mhm.
And for the people that are still downstairs, they suddenly see this fish man go by. And people are looking confused until one dude pipes up like, you gotta go and you gotta go.
And a laugh is shared across the room, like.
Yeah. Oh.
Fish people.
So Argus, what do you do?
Right.
Olivier is having the mental, like, he looks at the two people at the table, he smiles, and he thinks to himself, oh no,
Oh.
I have made a grave mistake.
The only
Aha! Grave mistake. Sorry.
Haha.
I have made a continuous and erroneous lapse in my judgment.
Yeah. So, Argus, what do you do?
Argus has one option following that guy.
Okay.
And
So how do you go about this?
I'm not following stealthily if you think so.
Okay.
I'm just following him.
Mm-hmm. And he walks to the corner of the building, and one door before the end, just grabs a key, puts it in the lock, opens the door, looks at you, and very quickly closes the door behind him. And you hear a locking sound.
Alright. Seems like I got time to find Eyre and Maruvis, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what they are, so I do what I can. I try every door.
Oh god. Right. Okay.
While calling Eyre's name.
Yes.
Meanwhile, this poor innocent dude is having like the shining moment. You know, just
Yeah.
stand in his room, someone jiggles his door, he's like,
Being tailed,
what's
door
happening?
jiggles, fearing for his life.
So, before we go to Eyre Mervis again, you try every door. Most of them are locked.
Mhm.
Like there's one you open, and there's this dude just snoozing away, who apparently forgot to lock his door at night. There's a broom closet, and there's the actual, like, go room.
Go.
But beyond that, most of them are locked.
Mhm.
Eyre. Mervis takes you to this room, and he puts down his bags, sits on the bed, allowing you to have the chair in the room. And he looks at you.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Let me look up. A moment.
Isn't it etiquette that you buy me a drink first?
There is a red flush across his face when you say that.
Don't worry about it. Learned that from Lily, by the way.
Like, oh no. That's not what I meant. Sorry. I had a momentary lapse in judgment. I should have been more precise. Would you help me identify this? As he takes out the pieces of the armor you found enshrined. And he lays them out over the entire table.
Yes, I can help, but a momentary lapse in judgment. What's going on?
I forgot to consider the situation when I asked you this. Sorry.
Oh, that, yes. No problem. I guess I'll get to work since he seems to know nothing else, so.
Okay. And you cast Identify, then?
Yes.
Okay. Taking your time to ritually cast Identify. This plate mail is known by the name Bulwark. A armor directly forged by Bahamut, allowing the wearer to protect those around it with an aura of divine protection. Once per day, it allows a wearer to sprout draconic wings and gain a fly speed as per the spell Fly. Additionally, the armor allows the wearer to cast Shield of Faith, using their spell slot or a similar resource such as sorcery points or key, on other people, as well as itself. Finally, the armor has a +1 enchantment to armor class, and functions as a holy symbol of Bahamut, freeing up the hands of the wearer for such purposes as spellcasting, given that they are a cleric of Bahamut themselves.
Wow.
Somewhere during your identifying, there is a knock at the door, and an Arceus that calls out your name.
I would be a dare and open the door for him, Mervis.
Yes, he opens the door, and Arceus, you see a friendly face pop out. Hi. Arceus?
Yes, I'm very sorry for disturbing you like this. There were some suspicious figures downstairs. Xavier made me aware of. So if you don't mind, do you mind having me around to guard the area?
Like inside or outside?
Whatever you like.
Well, I think outside would make it more suspicious if you're just gonna stand like right in front of the door.
Oh yeah, but they will also
So-
fear me. I won't try anything stupid.
Well, you do you.
I'll just be a beacon of don't try anything outside. But just know that I'm there. If you need me, just call.
Right.
Arceus, suspicious figure? What's that all about?
I don't know, but I think it's just the best that I stay guard. I didn't get the whole story of it because it went very fast. You should ask Xelavier. He noticed them in the first place.
Well, maybe you can fetch him then.
Sure, but I can't promise they won't show up in the meantime. But I now know where you are.
Meanwhile, Leon just shows up with a beer.
Two mugs in his hands.
Yeah, so Leon, you just walk up and there's an Argus outside the room and you have your beer.
So, they're okay?
They're okay. There's no one trying anything funny. I think it's the best that I guard the room while they're busy, so no one will try anything funny.
I mean, not to be rude, but maybe try guarding the window instead, because any professional assassin will not go through the door, through the window.
Fair enough, but the thing is, like, they can call me immediately if something like that happens. And they didn't look too professional to me.
Okay, if you say so. Just know, if there's a bounty on someone's head, there's more than one person that's coming for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is the door open, by the way?
I think so. You can knock.
Would you mind getting it for me? I got my hands full.
Getting what?
The door.
Oh, right. I knock on the door. I don't know if it's locked.
Mervis hasn't really locked the door, but he opens it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddy.
Aye.
Here, I got something for you. As I didn't buy this just to be, a bribe for someone else, possibly. But here, this is for you. Apology, I was a little bit. I could see in your face that I was terrifying.
A bit. Thank you.
Accept it.
He accepts the beer.
Good boy. Now, Mer, if you go off on your own, do something. Let the rest of us know as well, because we're probably just, want to be in the vicinity.
Right, I didn't want to raise, attention.
Yeah, for next time, yeah?
Excuse me, can anyone tell me what the hell is going on here?
The eggs were purple and the hen left the building.
I have no idea what that means.
What?
That was what was happening. So, I'm going to let you two do it. Yeah, do whatever that you were doing. Like, on the bed.
All right.
Okay, good luck.
I fucking love this game.
So basically, your view of honor, it really depends on your disposition in life. It all anchors into your paradigm, really. If you think about it, it's nothing more than your expiration date, I'd say.
So,
really interesting stuff, honestly.
So here's the thing, right? Your god doesn't really like people dying before it's their time.
Exactly.
So how does that work with, criminals? Because we're bounty hunters, we hunt criminals for, the money.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
I mean, it depends entirely on what you do with the criminal. Really.
And the other guy's like, yeah. People kill others and then bounties are put on them, so in that sense we're restoring balance to the world, right?
In a sense.
The first one was like, yeah, I like that. Wait, aren't we forgetting something?
If you could give me an example of some of the criminals that you might have caught over the years, maybe I can pass some judgment and give you an idea of what kind of consequence that might have for you.
Right, okay. So, a few years ago, there was this group of 6 people.
And we talk on.
Yeah, like you
Again.
talk on.
Do I need to roll anything for that?
No, the like 21 deception was enough to
Okay, cool.
completely botch this encounter, and I love it. You won so hard.
At
Anyway,
a certain point, Leon scoots at the table, and then after
Mhm.
3 minutes, he just gets up and leaves the table again to sit somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that Leon joins during like the religious part. Like, yeah,
Yes. Nope. Don't care.
no. So
He's just checking what they're talking about. Here's what they're talking about. It's like, yeah, nah.
I ain't about that shit.
Hey, buddy, how about a beer? Let's find somebody else.
So back to Eyre and Meravis. Meravis looks at you on completing the spell. Says, and? Is it real? Or did we go through all the effort for nothing?
This is amazing. It seems to be legit. It has a
Ooh,
list of powers.
that's
Wow.
that's amazing. I'm gonna let her know, okay? And he
Yeah.
picks out
Yeah.
a stone from his pocket, and he rubs on one of the runes on top of its surface. I think it's real. I think we found the actual thing. We'll be there in the morning. Is that okay? And he receives a message back, which you do not hear. Yeah, we can come, like, in the morning. She said the earlier the better. So maybe we should let the rest know?
Sounds good. I mean, she never liked sleeping in.
She's a busy bee.
However, were the others being a bit suspicious? Maybe you can go out there and tell them. I can stay here, talk to Argus a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe you should. Maybe you shouldn't stay alone. I didn't like what they were saying. And Mervis, goes by everyone to say, like, we are expected in the morning for our payment. Don't make it too late. And in a whispered tone, it's like, what was going on?
To whom is he speaking?
And any of you. Anyone who
Okay.
likes to react, go ahead.
Okay, if he's coming to the table with Brenna and I look at him and I say, "Oh, hello there, kind stranger. Would you also wish to learn about the Church of Kalimvor?"
Let me roll an insight for this man. Where is his stat block?
Although, since you seem to be of the scholarly sort, I shall not keep you off your business if you have elsewhere to go.
Right. Thank you, good sir. Maybe in the morning.
Aha, farewell, I bid thee good night.
Yes.
The acting is marvelous.
Terrible acting.
Fucking love it.
And Arceus is
Okay,
like,
right? I'm intentionally being bad at this because I wanted to get through Meravis's thick skull that we don't want him here.
Yes, I know.
He caught up on it.
Yeah, no,
But he was
well,
kind of caught off guard.
I do think, however, that I might have to roll like a performance. Because these other guys might get suspicious. They're bounty hunters by trade.
Can I also talk? Yeah, thank you.
This would be a performance, yes.
Like Arceus makes like a slight bow to Mervis, and let me escort you to your quarters, master.
Oh, that's a natural one.
Well, that's
that's
the
shit.
perfect moment for a natural one, though.
Oh.
Right. So the two are looking at you very... Like, they are blown out of their enchantment. Just like, are you okay? Is that... And they like whisper to you, is that guy hurting you? We can beat him up if you like.
Mr. DM, don't tempt me.
Hey man, it's your character.
The Meravis is very much your character.
No, Zalavier is your character.
Yes, and?
Well, do you. They asked you a question.
Do you tell them?
I have... I must confess, he is my ex-lover. And I did not wish to see him like this.
Oh.
And you've evoked some very powerful emotions inside of me right now that make me wish for death.
Make me a deception. Just for this.
God damn it, dude. God damn it.
20!
Oof, I need to roll as well. Give me a second.
What are you trying to roll?
I'm trying to keep my composure with this totally ridiculous situation.
Oh, brother, can I like borrow your shovel? Because I think I hit like bedrock with digging this hole for myself.
Yeah. Can you give me like a wisdom save, Argius?
Alright.
You keep your composure. There's a very, small snicker that is unnoticed by everyone in the room.
I am so scared what you're gonna say about Leon's natural 1 for an insight check.
Leon, over here sitting goes like, I told you, don't fall in love with me. What did I tell you? And now this is just me confirming that this is gonna happen, and I'm not for it.
Going on.
So this very subtle conversation about death and all has gathered the attention of the entire room. Everyone has stopped in their tracks to listen at whatever this disaster is.
Can I have a question?
Sure.
Since I'm a goblin and everything,
Yeah.
can I use Nimble Escape to hide myself?
If you somehow if you make a distraction somehow that's plausible, I'll allow it.
I mean, Brenna just did.
I basically got it. Okay, wait, no. I want to roll insight to see if I can see that Zalavier wants to like just get the fuck out of there.
I want to get out of Dodge,
Sure.
bro.
Do your thing.
Yeah.
Zalavier is like, oh fuck, I want to get out.
I basically like sort of stand up on my seat, stamp my hands on the table, and then point over towards the door. Oh my gosh, look over there!
Roll me a deception with disadvantage because that was nothing.
A 6.
6.
So everyone looks at you, looks at the door, looks back, and sees Zalavier doing the Batman escape, but everyone looked back too early.
Oh my god.
And everyone is like, they hear this conversation and they're just like, oh my god, this is so painful. Let's pretend we don't see him so it's less painful. And you escape.
But it doesn't matter, I cast invisibility at will.
Yeah. Okay, you were invisible.
Yeah.
Leave the room.
Argius,
With that,
Argius turns to Mervis and is like, Master, let's just leave.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And
One moment, and he walks over to you, Leon. Our employer has access to be there in the morning, so please don't make it too late.
I mean, all right.
She's a very busy sort.
I mean, so am I, but you don't see me wanting everyone to be there in the morning.
I know, but please, just this once.
Okay.
Thank you. And
I'll be up before you.
Please, with Arceus.
I sit back down again. I just sort of like. So anyway, we're just we're just, that was a bit of a unfortunate circumstance. My apologies.
It's okay. We don't judge.
I wanna head up the stairs while I'm invisible.
Yeah. We don't judge. We're just very confused by his openness to a bunch of total strangers.
He has these moments of complete, well, I wouldn't say mania per se, but a sort of like feeling of intense need to open up towards random strangers. And
That is a very specific illness. Maybe you should see a doctor about that.
It's a strange one, yes. And we have seen some doctors, but it's very how do you say, an inner turmoil that's not really helped by any sort of how do you say, doctors or medicine.
It's a mental thing, not
Yes.
a physical. Right,
Yeah.
we could recommend you to a few shrinks we know, and they start actively trying to help Xavier with his mental disturbances. And we cut back to Mervis arriving at Eyre's room. And he opens the door. He sits down on the bed, buries his head in his hands. It's just like, oh my god.
I yelp as he sits on top of me.
Oh shit, sorry. Sorry, I didn't know you were there.
Nor did I hope I would be, Mervis.
Yeah.
Did you not know that Brenna and I were trying to keep those people from coming upstairs to find the both of you?
I had no idea. Like, Leon said something about a purple egg, and then left.
I mean, the moon is clouded tonight. I didn't understand it as well, but I thought, like, let's keep them safe.
Maybe he and his colleagues, like from a previous job, talk like that, but I don't.
Kalimvor, you are very merciful. Please, just strike me down where I stand. Please.
And me with it. I have no idea what is going on. Please,
Two bounty hunters were eyeing you up and trying to follow you up the stairs until Brenna and I intervened and kept them talking about our faith. Until Mervis showed up downstairs to tell us about the arrangements you've made with his employer. And I failed to keep up the appearance that I did not know him. So I had to improvise, and I chose poorly. Now, at least they have no idea where I am, but think I'm an utter nutjob.
Maybe
right.
it's time to go to sleep.
Well, that doesn't really solve the problem of Eyre still being up here, potentially having to pass the two people that might be looking for her, now would it? Or you, for that matter. But it didn't seem to take any interest when you went over to our table and blew our cover, now did they?
Now, let's start at the beginning. Why would bounty hunters ever be chasing Eyre? Like,
I have no idea, but they were acting really suspicious. And then they announced themselves as bounty hunters, so we try to keep them occupied, you know?
like no one would actively hunt Eyre. Like, so far I know her, she isn't like any kind of criminal.
Exactly my thoughts. Hence why we intervened.
So, Eyre, what do you know about all this?
Eyre, strangely enough, looks a bit nervous.
No, seriously, your life is at stake. The more we know, the better, you know?
Maravis, be it dear, what city are we in? Oh, he's too shy.
He needs to get out the map.
I think we were in Tra Gria, right?
Yep.
Okay. I should have paid more attention.
Like, Argus eyes Eyre very seriously. What have you done?
I have done nothing.
Xalavier also eyes Eyre, but he's invisible, so you don't see it.
Yeah, it's a bit more difficult.
I mean, are you trying to bluff here? Because then you need to roll, right?
I'd say make a insight check, the both of you.
Both including me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. I'll roll an insight check for you 1 moment.
Mervis.
Oh, a 17.
17. So, let me look up one thing real quick before I say anything. Oh. Go. Let me get over there. Right. What was your total? 7 and 17. Arceus, you hard to read. Xalavier and Mervis both look at Eyre like she's hiding something. It's not clear what, but the sweat drops on her forehead give away that something's off.
Oh, it's a bit warm here. Wipes brow.
Alright. Let me pose it another way. I know you for long enough that you're good enough a person. I don't want to see you end up in a back alley dead. So, you either tell me what the fuck is going on, or I won't be able to protect you from whatever is going to happen here.
Shots fired.
And like,
Alright.
Argus is like, bit losing his composure, but not like
No.
immediately.
At least we might have teensily talked them out of killing their prey. Chance. But this is a worrying development, to say the least. And I would like to attempt to make sure that we remove ourselves from this predicament. Or at least Eyre for the time being. Whatever the predicament may be.
Miss Eyre, if I might implore, if there's people after you, would you tell us? Because if you're not telling us, you're also endangering our lives.
Well, yes, I was trying to say something, but you're all chattering all over the place here. Couldn't get a word in.
I go
Also,
I go and close the door. We never
Yeah.
specified that. I'm
Yeah, that
closing
might
the
be a
door.
good idea. And but you're still invisible, right?
I am still invisible. Yes.
Okay. Mervis throws the key at the door. Do you try to catch it? Because he can't see you. He's just...
Is it a deck save for me?
Yeah, that would be a dexterity save.
Okay. I mean, I catch it rather handily.
Yeah.
Okay, so I catch it and I lock the door.
Yeah. Thank you, Zolfier. That was a nice catch, actually. Anyway.
How do you know?
Yeah, I think, because I didn't see it.
Maybe I caught it with my teeth. Oh.
I mean, he caught the key. The key wasn't invisible.
Yeah.
The moment on Zalavier's person, it becomes invisible. Right?
Yeah, the moment I catch it, it does become invisible. You're right.
Oh. Well. Then no nice catch for you, then.
It's a sad life.
Brenda, in the meantime,
Go ahead.
is just sitting with those two guys still, like, he's just chatting away.
Yeah, like they're talking about their big kills, and you have this sense that they're exaggerating.
Right.
You know, the big sailor stories, like, oh no, it was this big.
It was this big. This guy was just a giant on 2 feet and like with a warhammer the size of my head.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Eyre.
I guess I'll have to come clean then, since we're meeting Lily tomorrow anyways, and she is not known for having any sort of tact, really. Actually, she's a pretty gossip.
No, she's not a gossiper.
Well,
She's from when you knew her, she had that thing of not always reading the room, but there's also been quite a few years that have gone by. So, operating from memory.
yeah, I remember her. She might say something. So I'll come clean then. You caught me. I am notorious mass murderer. No, nothing like that, I assure you.
Conjure a weapon, but it is invisible.
I have to admit I slipped up. I actually used to live close by this town not long ago, before we met. And I had to leave due to terrible circumstances in the place I called home. Not too sure in what detail you want to go, but I assume that has to do with that. And with terrible circumstances, I mean a murder.
And
Oh.
I would guess you are getting blamed for this murder.
Well, I swear on everything I own and all the knowledge I have that I didn't do it. And I had to leave.
That's what a murderer would say. No, look,
Arceus.
I'm not accusing, but like, I just want to ask the bounty hunters are after you because of this alleged murder.
It could be, although I am confused. As in, yeah, I just don't know.
All that aside, how would they know we are here? They must have tailed us from somewhere. And yet none of us caught on to them.
Well, we are in your hometown, right, Eyre? I take it people, at least some people, know your face?
Yes, and that's why I always have this nice hood on and stuff, but...
Do you have the ability to disguise yourself today?
Yeah, that's funny. No. I was
right.
actually, maybe I can ask someone, maybe Brenna, to buy me some new clothes. It seems my attire has still not been forgotten. And I
Right.
suppose if any of you want more details on this murder, I am willing to explain a bit more what happened, but it still hurts. So please forgive me.
The nitty gritty does not concern us right now. What
Yeah,
concerns me personally is how the hell are we leaving this establishment without these two men seeing you?
I think there's value in what Iris said. Maybe just disguise her. Do you have the capability of disguising yourself at all, Eyre? Like,
Well,
would you be able to do it tomorrow morning?
I have the ability to create a minor illusion, but that's all. I doubt it would be of any use.
Oh. That's going to be a hard one. Let me see what
They have a proposition.
Go ahead.
Well, seeing how they already know that I'm a dipshit, I turn my invisibility off.
Yes.
I need someone to punch me.
Why am I not there?
Because you stayed downstairs.
Just clock me.
Mr. Argius.
You really want me to do this?
It doesn't matter if I want it. Punch me.
I punch.
Is this really necessary?
As like Argius is throwing his punch, I turn to Eyre and I say, "Trust me, it is the only way."
So, Argius, what is your strength modifier?
My strength modifier, I thought it's a +4.
Okay. Xavier, you take 5 damage, and you have a massive black eye.
Okay.
And your nose is broken.
My nose is broken.
Yeah, because you turned your head the moment he punched.
Oh yeah, that's
jeez.
Ah! Oh shit!
Oh no!
Argy is not that hard.
No,
Are you okay?
this is actually perfect. This will do fine.
Are you sure you don't need healing?
I am 100% sure, otherwise I might ask Miss Nighthands.
Right, here.
So if you'll excuse me. And I open the door, and before anyone could say anything else, I head downstairs again.
Right.
May I interject with an in the meantime?
Yeah, final thing. Like, the moment Xavier walks out, Mervis has produced like a napkin from his pocket. Like, oh, he's gone already.
I throw the key behind me, by the way, into the room as I leave. Just like,
yeah. Ding, ding, ding. In the meantime,
can I like the conversation with these two people? Can I basically make it so that they eventually they just decide to leave on their own?
at some point, like, the evening is getting really late. It's like near midnight at this point.
Yeah.
And at some point during the conversation, they're like, "Hey, this was a very awesome conversation. Thank you."
You're very welcome.
Is there like a chapter of your church in this town? because I'm okay to check it out. And the other guy's like, yeah.
DM?
There's not. There is not. There is one in Dawnhaven.
I'm afraid that there is no chapter of our church here in this place, but we have a grand church in the capital of Dawnhaven, if you're interested.
Ooh. Well, I could do with a vacation. How about you? Like, yeah. Yeah, we've been working for, 6 years now? Let's do it.
I mean,
Vacation time.
If you're going there, tell them that Miss Nighthands sent you.
Will do.
Mr. DM,
Yes.
may I ask a question?
Yes.
Do I take my bruised face and my broken nose downstairs after these gentlemen have left?
Yes.
We say yes.
Or before?
After. Like, they've gone up, they went to their rooms, they completely forgot about Eyre. And they will have a oh shit moment in the morning.
Can I see the fact that they've left from the top of the stairs or not?
Not from the top of the stairs, but like halfway down, you see Brenna just sit there.
I yell a anguished, "Oh come on!"
I look like, oh my god, what happened?
No time to. It doesn't matter.
Do you need some healing?
I'd rather have some alcohol, please.
Very well. Leon, a beer for Xavier?
I'm half deciding that Leon has already gone to bed.
Yeah, probably.
Because he promised to get up early, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.
And if it's midnight,
Okay.
then yes.
And now he's determined to get up earlier than Maravis. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so I go up to the bar and get a wine. Is there wine here?
They have wine.
I get a wine for Xavier and like
Yeah.
place it in front of him and like here you go.
And the barman just looks at him. It's on the house, it's okay. I hope he and his boyfriend are okay.
I'm a
Oh,
mess. End scene.
Oh,
You straighten up Xavier's nose, you heal him.
How many points do I heal?
Yes. Is there
How many
anyone?
points do I heal?
Well, back to full.
Really? Because I'm not quite near full.
Roll a cure wounds.
Let's see. Click. And there. That should, yeah. Well. There you go.
Well.
It's up to full.
So, unless there's anyone who still wants to do something,
I want to do
You
something.
take- okay, go ahead.
It's just a tiny thing. I want to address Eyre, and I say like, if you want to disguise yourself, you should get that cloak we got earlier. I think that would help.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good idea to ask Brenna if she had a different, garment.
The cloak of Elvenkind thing was like this thing that you could disguise into anything. If you want a quick change of clothes, it's the quickest there is.
It could help you blend in.
We can definitely ask. That sounds like a good idea.
And it's not your fancy robes. So let's ask in the morning.
Yeah, sure. I need to
Mm.
really go to bed. If
Yeah, about that. This might seem like a weird question, but would you mind if we huddle together for tonight? In case they come back?
well, you never know. I'll just
Or someone else does?
Yeah, I'll just stay here, helping out, keeping the guard. We could do shifts so that someone is awake.
Yeah,
at
let's
all times.
do that. Okay.
All right, I'll take second shift. That's the most difficult one. For my guard days, I can take that one.
I'll go first then.
I can stay up as well.
Okay. So, first or last?
I'll get up early.
Cool. Well, then sleep tight, and I'll wake you in a few hours, Mr. Argius.
Right.
Okay. You all take a long rest. No one comes in the night. No people at your door. No one through the windows. And it is morning.
I would like to take my first time because went to bed first. I think I have a right to do the first thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Leon would like to do like a morning jog. Just to have a nice morning ritual, seeing as everyone is still asleep.
So early in the morning, you go out. There's a few passed out patrons in the bar, but no one seems to be awake yet.
Do they have a clear money pouch?
Not invisible sight. Oh, you mean the people passed out drunk?
Yes.
Okay. If you could give me a sleight of hand?
I'm not saying I'm going to take it,
Okay.
but do they have a visible one?
They have a few sets of pouches on their person. Likely one of them contains money.
Is it a big pouch or is it a very empty pouch?
These are not super rich people.
Then I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, like these are commoners.
If it's not like a bag full of coins, I'm just going to leave them.
Yeah, like this is the Saturday morning thing where like everyone has already spent all their stuff. You know? So they have a bit, but not enough to make it worth your while.
I'm not gonna.
A few coppers, maybe a silver at best.
No, not worth it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you go for your morning jog.
Oh yeah.
The city's still empty. The sun is rising over the mountains in the distance. And that is your time?
Yeah, I don't really want to do anything. Also, could we take a little look into the Twitch chat real quick?
Ooh. Thank you. Thank you very much for your tier 1 sub.
Oh, very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Puddin.
And with that, the rest of the people wake up. Life slowly starts pouring out, people going to their day jobs. Patrons more or less shit-faced wake up.
I head downstairs defeated. Just. I'm slumping. You know?
Yeah. You go down and you see that Mervis has, in the meantime, also woken up and headed down together with Eyre and Arceus, and he's reading a book. For you, Eyre, this is a magical tome. You recognize this as a similar spellbook to yours, with a very neat, girlish handwriting.
I mean, I would prefer not to sit in the open bar area.
Right.
Undisguised, so no.
Yeah. Okay, right, yeah. Fair enough.
Argius turns to Xalavier and is like, You were right, man. I'm very sorry about yesterday. I hope it doesn't hurt too much.
I had Miss Nighthands look at it, and I feel fine.
You know what you need?
The only thing still hurting is my pride.
You know, at times like these, I felt this before. I know how this feels. You need a good soak. We should.
Please. No, thank you. I appreciate the offer.
But nothing is as good as just a good bath. I trust me on that one. It's the best.
I might indulge if we can afford ourselves that luxury. For right now, we need to make sure that we solve the issue.
Alright.
I might hold you to it.
It would be nice having some good bath. It's been a while now. Alright. Let's get some food in and get going.
I think I might have a solution to get Eyre out of here. At least, get her out of here undetected.
Oh?
Perchance.
Please do tell.
Though you know that trick I do, where you cannot see me anymore?
Yes.
I think I might have figured out a way to use it on other people.
Oh. That would be very useful.
It would at least allow Eyre to leave this tavern without too many prying eyes. Perhaps allow us to leave. Because if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I would very much prefer not to remain here for very long.
I can understand the sentiment. Shall I go in for Miss Eyre?
Possibly. That might be a good idea.
Right. And he goes up to the bar.
I'll accompany you upstairs. That might make it easier.
Yes. And he goes up to the bar. He picks up a plate of food and heads up towards Eyre's room, knocking twice. Miss? Room service?
I cast Minor Illusion.
Yeah, you recognize Mervis's voice. But precautionary, you still disguise yourself using Minor Illusion as he slowly opens the door. You see his head pop in. And with him, a Xalavier as he puts down the plate of food on the table.
Hello. I'm trying to change my hair color, see? But I'm not too sure if I can make it stick. I cast Minor Illusion on my hair.
Yeah, I'd say you can change your hair color for like the minute it lasts.
My hair turns bright red.
Redhead Eyre. There you go. We need new art.
Very neat. However, and I walk over to her, and I like, I just do the super weak hand slide just across the back of her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn her invisible.
That was awkward.
Do
But
not
can I see myself, or
do not speak to me of things being awkward. Thank you.
can I see myself, or am I also invisible to myself?
That's a very good question. I don't know.
Also, is my robe invisible? Otherwise, it's going to be
Yes.
even more awkward. Okay, good.
Yeah, like everything on your person is
You're
invisible.
wearing or carrying is invisible.
Fantastic.
How long does the spell last?
An hour.
An hour. So Mervis asks you.
Granted that I can keep concentration.
Yeah. Well, if it is going for an hour, then maybe we wanna pick up the pace.
And let's hurry up.
Yes. So you go back down. Does everyone reconvene?
I really don't know when Leon's coming back.
Leon enters the building, doing a stretch. Oh, good morning.
Speak for yourself.
Yes, I am.
Mervis and Zalavier walk down with Argius in tow, I think.
Argius follows.
Yes. So, Mr. Leon, thank you.
Sun's been up for a bit. I thought we need to leave early.
Yeah, we found a way to go, but we kind of have to do it now.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. And with a invisible Eyre, you walk out on the streets where there is a town crier and a few people walking around doing their day-to-day activities. And the town crier screams out, "Followers of Merkur, now officially accepted by the Lacrian theocracy. They are now known as the Church of Merkur, the Guardian Dragon. A temple shall be built in the province of Iluthia, in the Lacrian theocracy."
Shut up, no one cares.
And the man, ignoring you, walks a bit further and repeats the same process. So, due to his loud voice, you hear him a few times. As you go back to the library, you walk in, you are greeted by the same man who originally greeted you. Walk up the stairs and go to the room where you originally arrived with the teleportation circle. And as you walk in, there is already a young woman present. And Mervis say, "Good morning. Me and my companions have an appointment with Miss Whitefeather." And she replies, "The same to you, good sir. Miss Whitefeather had announced your arrival in advance." And she starts casting teleportation circle. As you all jump through the grid, you feel that same disorienting dissonance as before. Somewhat nauseating even, but given a moment, the feeling quickly dissipates.
Don't we need Eyre for this?
Eyre can't cast teleportation circle yet.
No, Leon doesn't know Eyre's here.
Oh, like that. It was like, trust me, she'll come along.
I want to telepathically tell Leon that I'm standing right behind him.
Nothing personal, kid.
Leon does like a weak karate chop in the direction that was behind him.
Make a weak karate chop attack.
What roll's that?
Attack roll using your strength modifier.
Oh, question is though.
That's
It's a weak roll.
That's not a hit.
Nope.
The question is though, does the telepathy give away your position?
One would think not.
You didn't. I laugh at Leon for missing.
So, at least you should have like. Oh wait, you told him you were behind him.
And you are.
Oh no, I can't actually. Leon needs to see me to do this, so I cannot do this.
Oh no.
So you just need to trust him.
And with that, you are teleported to the capital of the Relayan Kingdom, Autumna. And that's where we're gonna go to break.
Man, we're getting places.
Very dark.
Steal
place.
everything.
Hello, and welcome back into the dungeon. Before we had our break, there was a somewhat awkward happenstance in an inn in the middle of Tra Gria. Afterwards, the party got out fast and teleported to Autumna, the capital of the Relayan Kingdom. As you arrive in a somewhat smallish room, roughly 10 feet in diameter, there's 2 guards looking at you who don't have the normal armored outfits, but seem to be mages. And they give you a glance, but say nothing, pay you no mind. And Mervis, sighs for a moment. I can't get used to this. Keeps feeling weird. As if your entire body contorts and stretches. Do you feel the same? As he looks like all of you.
Can I roll a Constitution save for not puking?
Sure, go ahead.
14.
There's a bit of stomach acid traveling up your throat, but you keep it in.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I feel the same way. Oh,
It burns.
Not that bad. It had worse.
Huh.
I find it very difficult to distinguish if this is the crushing pain of shame or if it's the teleportation that made me feel this way.
It's shame.
You might be right.
Mervis claps his hands together. Well, we shouldn't keep her waiting.
Lead on. First time me being here.
And Mervis leads you through what is likely for many of you the largest building you've ever been in. From the door you look out over the great hall of this arcane university, a space that could likely hold a building on its own. On the ground floor are rows of tables occupied with students of various backgrounds and races, engaging in discussion, silent study, or simple procrastination. To the sides, hidden beneath the other floors, stand massive behemoths of bookshelves containing many different tomes. All the other floors visible from here lead to different rooms, likely used for classes on various magical subjects. Mervis leads you around the left side of the upper floor of the compound where you are standing. Students and staff pass you, greeting Mervis as you walk by. Most of the passerby give you a rather curious glance, but nonetheless understand the urgency in leave you be. Eventually you arrive at a stately wooden door bearing the sign 4.18 L Whitefeather-Matthews. Mervis knocks on the door and promptly opens it. Before you opens a similar grand hall as in the university, albeit a bit smaller, with white marble pillars supporting the floor above. Gaudy chairs and couches sit in the middle of the space, and if you look up through the glass ceiling, you can see an endless starry sky of beautiful reds, purples, and blues. To the sides are wooden staircases lining up the open space in the middle. You notice that each door in the room holds a small plaque signifying the name of a room. Looking at the one where you came from, it reads University. In the corner of this ground floor you see a small kitchen-esque area, where a horned man with dark blue skin wearing a fine tuxedo is cleaning a glass. He beckons you.
What's on the menu?
Anything you'd like, sir. Really, anything.
Oh shit.
Argius cuts in. Do you have some salmon sushi?
I meant a drink, but I think I can make an arrangement.
Oh, sorry. Drink, right. Ooh. Give me some good old sake.
Exotic, are we? Very well. And he
from
opens
far
one
away.
of the cupboards, picks out a small bottle in the back of the cupboard, and pours you a small glass of sake.
Argius takes a little sip and is like, oh, taste of home.
There's one thing that I've wanted to try, and I've heard this through people. I don't know if it's any good. Do you have any arc wine?
Bringing out the fanciness. I must implore you, do not become drunk before speaking to the mistress. It would be rude. As he pours you a tiny shot of arc wine.
Even if I were, that wouldn't be a problem, as Leon... As it is in a shot glass and not like a martini glass?
It's like the shot glass you would use for limoncello and the like. Because he's adamant, like, don't become drunk, please.
Leon shots it.
It tastes amazing. Like, whatever picture or taste Leon has had in his mind, is completely blown away. This is way better.
So you can see Leon with the shot glass bend backwards and the glass all the way over his head. And then he just falls forward onto his arms like, oh my god. Can I get 3 more?
How about we wait with that until you are done?
No, listen, I'll be fine afterwards. I just want 3 more.
I would not do that, Master Leon.
Not a master. Just give me 3 more.
And he looks at the rest of you. Is he really going to be alright? I'd hate he murder his own first impression.
Told you I will be fine.
Very well. And he pours you 3 more glasses, or 3 more shots.
As long as you
Yeah.
don't mess it up, Leon, I don't mind.
DM, do you need me to roll anything?
Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
That's a 12.
That is a drunk Leon.
That is a Leon that will spend 5 charges to make himself not drunk anymore. Oh,
Okay.
I'll be back for more later, cause this is amazing.
Happy to serve, sir.
And I
Now,
told
in
you
the
I'd be
meantime,
alright.
If anyone else would something like to drink, please say so, and otherwise you can take your place over there, and Miss Whitefeather will call for you.
Do you serve poison?
Yes. Everything drunk in enough quantity qualifies as a potion. Poison, excuse me.
Perhaps I should clarify myself. One that might end me.
If you're really about offing yourself, I'd suggest going up the stairs, through the right door, to the left and activate the magic circle in the room. It will take you straight to the 6th layer of hell.
Lovely.
In that case, I don't want anything to drink, thank
And
you.
the mistress of that house will probably be very unwelcome.
In that case, I will skip the drinks, thank you.
I think it's.
Right.
I think we've got enough jokes now. Let's just wait.
Do I know this butler?
You haven't seen this man before.
And I suppose I'm not invisible anymore. Or at least I appear.
I would also like to add that I can neutralize poison.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Just say.
Just putting it out there. Disease and poison, I got you.
I mean, are we an hour out from when we left?
I wouldn't say so.
You're within the hour.
Oh.
But if you wish, you can dispel the invisibility early.
Well, I mean, basically can dispel it herself if you wish to.
Alright, then I dispel it. And
Okay.
I appear.
Where did you come from? And have you tried Arc Wine? It's amazing.
Funnily enough, the bartender doesn't seem surprised by your sudden appearance.
Arquina. I remember. It was 26 years ago now. In any case. Do you have some fizzy peach drink?
Something peachy.
Yes.
And he takes a bottle from the top shelf, pours you a drink. And he hands it over with a wink.
Thank you. And I take my place in on one of the chairs in the middle of the room. As instructed.
Okay.
I meekly follow and I sit down as well.
Yes. After a while, the tuxedoed man approaches you once again. Miss Whitefeather is ready to receive you. Please follow me. And the man leads you up the stairs to the door that was opposite on the side of where you entered. And the plaque reads office. He knocks twice, opens it, and Mervis precedes you in entering. The office is less gaudy in its design, yet well furnished with several different bookcases, holding books of various kind, many containing names in a script you are unable to read. Before you are 6 red velvet chairs set up in a circular fashion, one for each of you. On the other side sits a young, purple-haired woman, aged somewhere in her late 20s, dressed in golden embroidered robes that shroud her well-endowed figure. Despite sitting and only simply acknowledging your presence, her aura completely commands the room, and you feel this unnatural allure to gaze upon this person before you, as if her presence itself draws your eyes towards her. The horns curling around her ears, the large bat-like wings, and slowly moving tail give away her obvious fiendish heritage. Let me show this to everyone.
Oh. Ooh.
Marcus, if you could get it
dang!
for the stream.
I will. Let's give me a second.
What a cutie pie!
Oh, that's amazingly done.
Ah, dang!
I have a small question.
Yes.
Is there a seat directly opposite her?
There's 2 chairs that would be directly opposite her. So not completely directly, but very much in front of her.
I'll
I
take,
take one of them. Then I sit on the right.
Yes.
I sit as far out of view as possible.
If you remove the image from the thing, I will put it in via OBS.
I can re-show you, I think. Did that work?
No, just click it. I click it away. Yeah.
And let me put it in your... Yeah, look, it's in all your journals.
Yep. I'll add it.
Sure. Yes. Marvelous.
And acknowledging everyone who, one by one, steps into the room, Eyre, you notice... First of all, this woman from your past has aged maybe a year, while 20 years has gone by. And her eyes stop on you for a moment, and you see this relieved sigh, and regains her composure. As Mervis say, "Good morning to you, Miss Whitefeather. I have brought the guests as per your request." She answers, "Thank you, Mervis. Please, take a seat," as she gestures towards the chairs in front of her. After you've taken your seat... Yes?
Brenna just sort of whispers under her breath, "Wow, it's a very pretty lady." Oh, man.
Leon's shield and sword clang a little bit as he sets it next to the chair. Maybe slightly on purpose.
She patiently waits until all of you are settled. She elegantly stands.
I'm gonna guess that the lineup is just like Argius, Eyre Leon, or Leon Eyre, then Brenna, then Xolivier? Like, how are we situated right now?
Well, Leon wanted to be in the middle left, so he's there.
Right.
And the rest of you can sit wherever you like.
Eyre said she wanted to be in the middle. Right. So.
Mm-hmm.
2 space on either side.
Okay. So it's like Argius and Mervis and Brenna and Xolivier then?
Yeah. on
Yeah.
the two sides. Yeah. I'm sitting next to Leon, by the way.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's Xalavier, Brenna, Leon, Eyre, either Argus or Meravis on either of those seats.
Argus, in character and out of character, doesn't care who sits where.
Cool.
This woman has said one sentence and Brenna sees her as a rival.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm just, a little bit closer to Leon than might be socially acceptable, but
So you physically move the chair towards him because they were lined up.
No. It's just like I'm sort of like leaning on the side of my chair which is closer to Leon.
Right. And as you do this, you see a very slight smile on her face. Like she was already having a friendly fit, but this little extra curl. And she elegantly stands up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Liliana Nithis Illithera Whitefeather Matthews. I am a teacher here at the Relayan Academy of the Arcane, as well as its Archmage of History, Meravis' employer, and Irishana's old teacher. I've had a report of Meravis that your expedition went well. You uncovered an ancient dwarven ruin. Now please, would you introduce yourselves and tell me what happened down in the depths? And she sits back down.
I look towards everyone as like,
Oh yes.
anyone gonna talk or?
Where's she looking?
She's kind of slowly pacing over everyone, waiting for someone to start.
Right. Okay.
Leon will stand up and say, Leon, badass extraordinaire.
No, that was an actual cop. Sorry, that was not it.
I'm kinda.
Perfectly
Sorry.
timed. Perfectly timed calls.
I'm kinda expecting Eyre to talk, so Argus just waits.
Well, she knows Eyre already, so I sort of perk up a bit and like, my name is Brenna Nighthands. I'm a cleric of the Church of Kellenborg.
Xalavier, but don't bother remembering it.
Oh, Xalavier, your presence is as important as any of the rest of us. Please give yourself some credit.
Yet I pray Kellenvor takes me at any second now.
What?
I jest. I have no last name. My name is just Xalavier.
Oh, yes, and my name is Argus, also known as Argus Akun. Used to be guard captain back in my city. Now I'm spending my retirement adventuring, I guess.
And
Me,
she
I-
gives a look at Eyre. And you?
You know me already. What the fuck?
I want to stand up and walk through her desk and reach out to her hands, and I want to tell her, it's so good to see you again, my old friend.
And she stands up and just takes you in for a hug.
I have expected her to be like, don't call me old, bitch!
How dare you! You young whippersnapper! I'll show you old.
I returns into a frog. The end.
Polymorph is a bitch. And without anyone else hearing, she whispers in your ear. It's so good to see you back.
I want to use a mind link immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell her in her head, we can speak without speaking, I suppose. I hope you are doing well.
So, since we close by, do we notice this whispering?
It's a mind link. I don't think so.
No. You cannot hear the telepathy.
No, not the telepathy, but the whisper. I mean,
Give me a perception.
Maybe that's fair.
let me get the right window. God damn it.
I'm honestly too much. I'm wallowing too much to care.
I can do it because of the way of how I made this man. This man. Perception.
This fish man.
The fish man. No, nothing interesting.
No. With an 11 you don't hear this conversation,
try.
And as you make the mind link and talk inside her head, her eyes like fully stretch for a second. And in your head, you hear back, we gotta talk. Play along for now.
I head back to my seat without acknowledging anything.
You go back to your seat. She sits back down. Now, what happened in the depths? I will have a full report of Merifis waiting later on my desk, but I'd like to hear your version.
Would you do the honors, Eyre, since you know her? Or should I report?
Maybe you can do the report, Sir Argius, and I will add something to it after you're done.
So, well, apart from, well, what you will read the report, I'll keep it brief what we encountered. There were some enemies, they were not too difficult, except at the end where we got attacked by this thing, and it almost killed us. How do you call a thing from the water with many heads, and when you kill those heads, they grow back?
A Hydra?
I guess that. Yeah, that tried to kill us.
Well, then I am glad to hear you survived.
So, after that, we found a breastplate. It was very magical, and I was kinda able to get through the barrier that I think was protecting it. I retrieved it from Merifis, and he's got it on his person now.
2 things to add. The breastplate is the real thing. And also I'm very disappointed that you sent Merifis with a group of idiots like us down there. It was very, very dangerous. He could have died.
I'm sorry,
Hey.
who solved that puzzle? That was
Hey.
me.
I'm not an idiot. Come on.
I am an idiot.
I think you hold this in high regard, Eyre.
So there's a slight pause before she answers, and a mental message is shot at Iris like, is your friend okay?
I don't think so. I reply sadly.
Right. Okay then. Merifis, what is your assessment on this group? And Merifis keeps seated and starts. Well, I can absolutely confirm their efficiency and capability as a group in combat. Most of them possess a keen and sharp mind that allow them to think outside the box. One of the fights mentioned involved protecting each other instead of killing the enemy, which, through a combination of Miss Eyre's wits and Mr. Argy's strategic mind, allowed to pass that test relatively harmlessly. They gave me an opportunity to log many things for our records as well. There was a bit of a misunderstanding, but we managed to work through it, and I got everything I wished and needed. And as I already told you, we did find the artifact. And Mervis pulls out, piece by piece, the armor in his bag of holding. And upon seeing it, Lily traces a small rune through the air, and her eyes widen at the plate mail for a fraction of a second. Incredible. It's the genuine article. And she turns back to your group. I must say that I am quite pleased with your results, both of Mervis as well as you as a group. Do remind me, what is your group's name?
Fuckwits.
I'd suggest something else, but that's not for me to decide.
The merry band of marvelous marauders.
I like the Marauders bit.
I think that one's taken, actually.
Oh. The
Maybe you
daring
should-
do's.
Maybe you should think on it for a while. But really, do give yourselves a name. It makes it much easier for you to gain renown, as I intend to spread the good word of your capabilities.
Look, I'm just pledging for Hydro Homies, but I don't think that will work.
Hydro homies.
Hell Hydra homies.
Hail Hydra homies.
As I said,
So,
maybe you should think on it for a while.
Maybe
Now.
you should, consider it. Don't just spout names right now.
And she traces a circle through the air, opening a small portal, grabbing a very large bag. Five different bags, and she places them on her desk. As promised, the total sum of 4,000 gold for your services, as well as a little bonus.
Damn.
And you can write down as a party that you got 5,000 gold.
Oh.
Hey.
Divide it amongst yourselves how you like.
Just even split, even split, even split.
4 for me, 1 for you.
Now, for this next part, there are several different things you could do. You could ask her questions about stuff you are interested in, and
May I
thing.
silently get up, pick my
Yes.
share of the gold, and leave the room?
you may.
If you'll
Look.
excuse me.
I look to
You're excused,
Zalavier,
Zalavier.
and I look towards the rest of the group and sort of point at Zalavier just leaving, and I go, I'll go and check up on him. I'll see you guys later.
You want me to grab your bag for you?
Yeah, it's kind of heavy, so that might be best.
I got you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank
And
you,
I-
Brenna.
it seems like everyone is leaving. I don't think after all this you'll need my presence anymore, so I will excuse myself.
You're excused.
Okay, thank you. And Arceus also leaves.
Okay.
Interesting.
Which leaves Leon, Eyre, and Merivis.
I'm absolutely staying.
So you actually teach here?
I do.
Like, what kind of things do you teach here?
I mostly give introductory classes to the first years and advanced conjuration, as well as lectures on the combinations of arcane and divine magic.
I mean, I don't know about divine, but I can do myself a little bit of magics.
Really?
I do!
Can you show
Surprising,
me?
isn't it?
He's actually quite proficient.
Show me.
Scary.
Can I have a willing participant?
She stands up and walks over to you. And roughly 3 feet in front of you, she stops. How tall is Leon?
I mean, I've never written it down, but he's a bloke.
He's a tall guy.
He's a Chad.
Yeah, so when she stands up, she's roughly 5'3". And you notice that in the steps where she walks towards you, she seems to grow a head in height.
Trying to posture.
Not the posture. She physically grows. In a span of seconds.
This is a Leon question. Are you trying to posture here?
I think I don't understand the question.
That's fine. I take it you are putting yourself as a willing target.
Yes.
Is she holding something, by the way?
She's holding her crystal wand.
I cast Puppet on her. I let her walk back and drop the wand right in front of me.
Okay then. That is a saving throw.
She's a willing target.
Oh, right, like that.
True.
Yeah, that's fair. She drops the wand and walks back to her chair.
Leon would like to pick up the wand, follow her, and then give the wand back.
She graciously accepts the wand. Interesting.
See, I can do some things.
Mind-altering magic. I didn't see you cast.
Oh, don't worry about that. Leon picks up the...
Sorcerer.
No, something else. Leon would like to pick up 2 bags, put one in the bag of holding. Actually, both in the bag of holding. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I can do some magics. Also need to get my horse here.
He says smugly.
I might say you are a interesting individual.
Thank you. Some
If you
people
have
tend to
any
call me idiots. So, you know.
I never called you an idiot.
No, but some people do.
Yes. Anyway, Leon, if you have any questions regarding your source of magic, I'd be happy to help.
Honestly, I know where it's from, and I'd rather not think about it.
Does it worry you?
I mean, it hasn't killed me yet.
Right, and that worries me only more.
Nah.
Would you mind if I took you for a moment later this week.
I mean, what for?
To see if we can identify where your source of magic comes from.
I'd rather not.
Why, might I ask?
Because I know.
And
I
again,
don't want anyone else to.
does it worry you?
No. I just don't want to think about it.
Right. If you change your mind, you know where to find me.
Absolutely. Well, since I don't know how or what I can do here or what to ask, I think I'll have my leave then. Because, fairy tales don't exist.
They actually do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Which one exists? Tell me one.
Do you know the
Most
story
of
about the big bad wolf?
The what now?
The big bad wolf with the 3 piglets.
No.
One built his house from straw, one from wood, and the final one from stone, excuse me. This house is made out of house.
It's called a
Sturdy
metropolitan.
construction.
Yes. I can
No, I
very
don't.
much attest that one's real.
My mom tend to tell me stories about, fist fights and teeth flying everywhere and those kind of things.
Oh, those are a bit different from the stories I grew up with.
Yeah, well, I don't have a stereotypical mom.
Neither do I.
Tiefling.
No. Worse. Anyway. I mean, if anyone wants to, they can try a religion check on this.
Yeah, I'm good. So, how about the story about this one? My mom told me there was a fairy tale or something, or a legend or something like that. It's like this guy who turned into an executioner and murdered an entire village or something.
Ah, right, that one.
It's like the main focus of it was that as a man clad in black armor and has like this I don't know what.
I know of a story like that. Different from the version I know, but they share similarities.
That one real?
I would need to check, but I think there is enough evidence to suggest that it is no mere myth.
Ooh, and what about the Endless Dungeon?
There are rumors of a cave somewhere in the Titan's Rest that hold unspeakable amounts of gold.
Eyre, where's the Titan's Rest?
Ivy thinks for a moment.
It is the large mountain range between the Empire and the Kingdom, like the southern part. There is a very large mountain in the middle. The southern part is the Titan's Rest. The northern side is the Jagged Peaks.
I relay this information to Leon.
Oh, am I hearing expedition?
Perhaps one day.
Wonderful. I also had one other fairy tale. Do you know anything about like 6 pillars? Something like that?
6 pillars. I mean, you're going to have to be more specific than 6 pillars. They have a
Hold
name.
on. I'm gonna do this real quick.
I believe you have the note.
It was something, some story talking about the 6 pillars in the Western Mountains.
Right.
I believe he's talking about the Eye of the Conqueror.
Leon immediately gives this stinking, mean glare.
I trust her.
Is that so? Please, Leon, do tell me where you found information on this particular item.
Found a note.
A note. Might I see it?
Was it worth it?
I think we can arrange a trade.
Give us the offer.
How about I try to make some time to lay in the groundwork, locate these 6 pillars, and help you achieve finding this item.
Alright, and what's in it for you?
That is very well dependent on whether you'd like to make money
Or
have the item. And if you haven't noticed, I am a rich gal. There could be a sum upwards of 100,000 gold in it.
it depends on what it does, doesn't it?
I haven't the faintest. But if it is anything like that, as she points to the armor, it is well worth the money.
How does an employer with a magical artifact sound to you?
Employee.
Employee.
It is very dependent on his loyalty.
I mean, you can't grow up in the streets all alone if you don't have friends.
I know. I wouldn't mind adding one more. I have to take some time to think about my part of the offer.
Absolutely. Once you understand what we're getting both out of this, you can get back to me, and maybe I'll give you the scroll.
I am sure I can find you.
I'm sure. Kinda hard to miss.
You are a very present boy. And she winks.
Leon lifts up an arm and does a big flex.
Somewhere in the distance, Brenna is just like fuming, like.
I don't know why, but I'm so angry right now. Anyway. See you soon.
See you soon. And Leon will walk to his sword and shield, pick it up, hang it over his shoulder, and leave.
And as he leaves, it is just Eyre and Meravis. She looks at Meravis. Would you give us some alone time, dear? You have a bit of study books waiting for you. And Meravis, he clenches his pants, stands up, right, and he walks out the other door to the side, and he is gone. Eyre, you are now alone in the office with her. What do you do?
Give him some time off. He deserves it.
I can plan in a vacation day or two.
Sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Small question for whatchamaface. I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
White feather.
Lillian.
Yes.
Yes,
Does she speak Abyssal though?
she does.
Then she can read the tattoos on Leo's arm.
He hasn't shown her them, right?
He is quite sleeveless.
Okay,
I
so
also
he
speak
shows
Abyssal,
his.
by the way.
So he always shows his tattoo.
Well, it's hot here, so
Okay.
warm weather means he takes off his coat.
Right. Then throughout the conversation, Leon would know she has taken notice.
That's fair.
She hasn't commented on it, because you were very adamant about not knowing, and she respects that. But she has noticed. Back to Eyre.
Yes.
What do you do?
I want to start with saying you haven't aged a day since we last met. I want to learn your tricks, and I wink.
Really? I have aged quite much, but not physically. Are you sure you want to have this kind of transformation? And now you think back, when you met her 20 years ago, her horns were quite a bit smaller. Her wings were, I think, maybe a fourth the size they are now. And the tail's the same. But other than that, she doesn't seem to have aged.
I see.
It's an arduous process. But if you're really willing, we could do something. Is this really what you want, Eyre?
I guess not.
I'm not saying no. I'm asking whether you're sure. A transformation once done is irreversible.
I have to admit, I did enjoy growing old. Well, not old yet, but older.
You are a very fine woman.
As are you.
And I could see you have plucked one or two heartstrings.
Not for a while.
Yeah, you'd think that.
In any case.
In
Yeah,
any
sorry.
case.
Yes. Did you hear anything?
I
From
did.
home, I guess.
I haven't spoken to the Tournay family in a very long time. But I must say that I did hear some news. And that news makes me say that it is very reassuring for me to see you alive and well. A woman visited me a month ago, telling me what happened in your court. And I feared you hadn't survived. I've been looking for you, but... And she points at your necklace. You are very hard to find, it seems.
I know what some of the people there are capable of, but I didn't wish to hide for you, Lily.
Hiding from them means hiding from me. And don't worry, I've been keeping an eye on Meriphys. It is very suspicious to see magic cast by someone imperceivable. So I had my hopes.
Thank you.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand. There was a visitor from your court. A young lady by the name of Arnalor. A knight. She asked whether I'd been in contact with you, and she has been looking for you after you had left. It appears there's a bounty on your head, back in your hometown.
It appears so.
I woefully admitted to her that I had no contact with you, and I said I would be in contact with her if I ever saw you again, but I would like to ask your opinion before I do so. If anything, it didn't seem like she was out hunting you.
Then I have a DM question. Do
Yes.
I know this? Annalore, did you said?
Yes, Arnalor. I will put the name in the chat later. Arnalor is the personal guard to Lady Selene. Or was, to be more precise.
Right.
And as far as you know, they had a mother-daughter relationship. She came into the family as an orphan when she was 5 years old, and is now about 25.
As far as I know, she is to be trusted.
I hope so. I would feel very troubled if I threw you to the wolves on accident. She asked me if she could see you. Would you be willing to talk to her?
I would. I know Annalore. She was very close to Lady Selene also. At least I have no reasons to suspect her of any foulness, to say so. And if you say that there was nothing suspicious going on, I believe you.
50 years as students have given me quite a read on people. If you're still wary, I could be present in the room to ensure no funny business.
I would be very, very happy if you would do that. Ever since I ran, I've been a bit unable to take my guard down.
You can have a room here. This is the safest place I can offer. Because if anyone ever tries something here, they never get out alive.
I know that.
Anyway, I will send her a message, see how she reacts. And she casts Sending. Lady Arnalor, I have come in contact with Eyre. She's willing to talk to you. How fast can you get here? And she turns to you after a moment. She is out near the border, so it will take her 3 weeks to arrive. So you and your friends can have a little bit of a vacation.
Good. I will contact my friends then. Also, I called them idiots, didn't I? They are not. I feel like I can depend on them with my life.
Maris seems to vouch for you.
And I vouch for him. One of his spells saved my life, actually. I'm really grateful to him.
I'll pass on the message. And your goblin friend, he seemed very dejected by something.
Perhaps.
Is he usually like that?
Not at all.
Well,
normally he's snarky. A bit arrogant. But we love him all the same.
Let's hope he gets back on his feet.
I'll check with him in a bit.
And while we're here, how are your studies going?
I chuckle nervously. Study?
And she does the little finger beckoning. Come on.
Well, I can talk telepathically now, and
Yes, that is a very unnerving ability you've acquired.
Oops.
What changed? Back when I taught you, you didn't have this. And I know it's not sending.
My whole life fell apart. I'm going to be really honest with you. I stumbled upon this ability a couple of weeks maybe ago. I don't know where it comes from. But in the ruins of my life, I apparently have learned something new.
Right. Would you mind if I took a look? I have quite the experience with opening minds.
Go ahead.
And she slowly, gently walks over to you, puts one of her thumbs on the upper side of your ribcage, the other on your forehead, and she casts Dream. And a moment passes, and she seems confused. This usually works. And that worries me more. Something's blocking me. Come, I have another test. And she opens the door behind you from which you entered. And instead of the grand hall, you open up in a room where there is a table with a strong, a well-defined arcane circle, and on the top of different, like from the ceiling, different mirrors that are looking into very weird places for you. There's a zone of eternal twilight, a place that looks over continuous fire, a cold dead world, all different types of realms. Now, if you would lie on the table, please.
I trust you with my life, but this is
harmless. It is
I
looking
believe
for
you.
links to see whether you're aligned to a certain plane.
I nervously lie on the table.
The stone table is cold to the touch. It is not a comfortable bed. And she traces some lines, activating the circle. And there is a small white trail that connects to the cold, dead world. Looks back at you. That is not good. You have a connection with the boneyard, the realm of the dead, where the spirit of people go when they die.
I bet my Kalimvor companions would love that.
I think you should keep silent about this very thing. They might want to off you. This might be seen as necromancy.
That chilling find. I don't know what happened.
Is Eyre being emotional right now? Or did I misinterpret something?
100%.
And she picks you up from the table and just, again, she hugs you, accidentally poking you with one of her horns.
Ouch.
Very tightly grips you. It's going to be okay. I'm going to look into this. I'm gonna need some time. But I've had a companion before who had something similar. I think I'll give him a call.
I shall check up my friends.
Yes, keep this silent for now. And she
Yes.
grabs your cheeks, plants a very big kiss on your forehead, and silently embraces you one final time before releasing you. And you can see that there's a single tear across her cheek, which she wipes away, shakes her head a little, and, well, now that you're here, this is a place of learning. Would you like to learn anything new?
I would like to learn how to carry myself in combat.
Very well.
There's one thing I learned after running away, and that is that I am weak, an easy target, quickly to down, quickly to die. I haven't died yet, somehow, but I've been knocked out more times than I can count in these couple of months than I've been in the rest of my life.
I get the feeling. I've been a pacifist all my life, and I had to learn the hard way that people die if you don't do anything.
I did find that my future sight ability is a very powerful tool in combat, but other than that, I'm nothing.
You're not nothing. She pokes you in the head once. I want you to understand that. You are not nothing. I wouldn't offer you teachings if you were nothing.
Well, then I gladly accept. I want to survive.
I'll be having your tome now. She opens her hand.
Sorry? I didn't quite sketch that.
She says, I will be having your tome now. And she opens her hand, awaiting your spellbook.
I give over my spellbook.
She puts it under her arm, walks out the door, beckoning you, and you arrive in an office, similar to the one you had entered before, but different. Her office seemed like a place where she did her work. This is more a personal space. I need to look up the line. Yes, there we go. So Lily takes you to her working room, where she has a grand desk with many bottles of magical ink and sheets of paper. To the sides lies a large tome as thick as your arm. Lily takes the chair and presents it to you, and then conjures a cushioned stool and sits down next to you. She moves over her tome, opens it at page 1. You're going to learn with this.
Good to see I'm learning from the best.
Yes. You're... I feel awkward saying this, but your fishman friend... I do not know his species name. I feel very rude. He seemed to have an aptitude for magic as well. Is he interested in learning? Actually, I noticed the spellbook on him.
He surprised me by casting a very perfect, almost, detect magic in the dungeon.
Really? Well, if he's willing to learn. Any friends of yours get certain privileges, and I can tutor him if he wishes to. But I am a hard teacher.
Right. I will go fetch him.
Good. And you walk out, and as you exit the door, you open into the university directly through, again, the same door you entered, which seems to lead to different places, which is confusing.
But awesome.
And you go, fine. But awesome. And you try to find Arceus. And with that, I would like to end the session here, because it's 10. Next time, we're going to start with the downtime things of everyone, and have the encounter with Arnalor. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you everybody for being here once again.
And
we'll see you in 2 weeks again. And Purun, thanks for the gift sub. That's awesome.
Yes.
Hooray, hooray.
Yes. Terribly sorry about the technical difficulties at the start. Discord was throwing a wrench in our plans.
It happens. Oh well. No matter.
Anyway, see you in 2 weeks.
See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Hope you
Have a good
enjoyed.
night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all.
Bye-bye.